Um, I mean, Arsenal are back. We're back, all right. Love this club. I love it. I love this. I love that feeling. So glad to have it back. Maybe we should just go back to not having the football. Actually, no. Let's go back to having football. Just leave it as it is now. Just exclude Arsenal. Let's just not have any Arsenal matches, because then maybe I will enjoy this crazy period of football. I mean, God, this is another level. Right, I need to clarify before we move on. Down there, man of the match. There is no man of the match in general. I'm just going to go off Arsenal performances in this series. Okay, so whatever it says down there, that is our man of the match. Or in the last game, moron of the match, which was a 10 out of 10 performance from David Luiz. But today, I've given our man of the match to Saka, who really didn't do too much. He was just the best of the worst, I guess you could say, with a 6 out of 10 rating. I mean, I could have maybe given a 5. I don't know. Really difficult. It was either him, Ceballos, or Mustafi, but then right at the end of that game, Mustafi got done, switched off. The whole team got done, switched off in that final minute. I mean, it is shocking. It really is. Literally passing it around the back with a few moments to go. Why? Why? What are you doing? The point isn't safe. We could still win. Get the ball up there. What have we got to lose at this point? Why are we... Oh, guys, I need help. I can't support this club anymore. It's killing me. It's so bad. We are a mid-table club. There is no denying it. We are at that level. Okay? You really think we're going to be able to retain some of these players? Do we want to? Aubameyang, come on. He deserves so much better, even though he hasn't been great in the last 2 games. How are we going to sign talented players? They want to play for a bigger and better club. It is at the point now of no return. Let's talk about Arteta, because I think the lineup is better. Okay, it's a better lineup than the one against City. I'm not so sure I really like the idea of playing a 4-4-2. I mean, it is 2020. We're kind of... The last time we saw 4-4-2 be really successful was Leicester when they won the league. And before that, it was almost a decade. 4-4-2 is very 90s, early 2000s. We don't really see it very often. And when I saw the lineup, I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's give it a go. And you know what? The first 10 minutes, we looked really good. Those first 10 minutes were... I think some of our best football we've played this season, genuinely. Doesn't say much though, does it? Because we didn't really get anything done in that 10 minutes. But then after that, it was just back to the lazy, lethargic, just sideways passing. Oh, Arteta is, I think he is the right man to take us forward. But is he the right man full stop? I don't know. He doesn't have experience in a situation like this. He doesn't have any experience at all, really, if you think about it. And I don't know. It started well with him, didn't it? Going unbeaten in 2020, for example, really impressive, right? We how many games was that? I want to say it was less than 7 or 8 games, but still, it's impressive, right? And then, of course, lockdown happened. They're not fully fit. They're not fully match sharp. And then we've lost 2 on the bounce. Sure, it can happen. And for all we know, we can win the remaining games. But right now, as I'm just talking about this game, it is depressing and it is one of the worst feelings. It's shocking. It really is. Got to give credit to Brighton. They defended very, very well. After conceding, they woke up and scored quite quickly afterwards. You can see Pepe scored in the 68th minute and then Lewis Dunk. It was almost an own goal. Poor defending, again, just out of nowhere, really. And then a scrappy goal. And then we get to the 94th minute, and I'm on my live stream. As you know, I've been doing watch-alongs. Thank you if you came out and watched it with me. But I was done. I was like, right, guys, it's been one of those games. Thank you for coming out. And I actually turned the stream off at around 94:30 because I thought the game was done. Legit, that was it. And then as soon as I click end stream, I see they've got the ball, and I'm thinking, this doesn't look great because none of our players are switched on. 3 passes and they're in. and then they score. And it's just like, oh, we just lost the game. We just lost the game. We went from having a measly point, to having none. We've just lost that game. Just like that. And the players looked so angry. And I'm thinking, well, why didn't you deal with it then? What's wrong with you guys? Does this club mean nothing to you? Like, in those final few moments, do you honestly just think to yourself, well, the draw will do. That's fine. I'll take the draw. It's mind-blowing. That attitude is sickening. It's just so sickening. We need to really gut this club. We need to start from scratch. We need some new talent coming in. How are we going to do it? It's a 5 to 10 year process. You know, we are nowhere close to being where we want to be right now, and it's really difficult to take. But the worst thing from today is not the result. It is the injury to, I think, our best player in the squad. You can give me Aubameyang and Lacazette on his day, and you can talk about how great they are. But Leno is, for me, our most important player this season. He has single-handedly kept us in games. I mean, yeah, okay, Aubameyang has done the same with his goals, but if you really, really want to narrow it down to the two players in this squad that mean the most, it's got to be Leno and Aubameyang. And Leno has, well, it seems like a very serious injury. It's most likely an ACL, potentially an LCL, but it also could be a dislocated knee. It could be a fracture. I'm not too sure. We don't know yet. But we can guess minimum he's going to be out for a few months, but it could be up to a year for all we know. So we've now lost our best goalkeeper potentially until Christmas. Genuinely, like this is one of the worst things that could have happened today. So in the game against City, we lost Xhaka in the first 5 minutes. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Nothing too serious, okay? Then we lost Mari. He's out for the rest of this season, minimum. And now we've lost Leno. What have we been doing in training? Is this... It can't be a lack of match sharpness. That doesn't cause injuries. I guess you could argue it does, you know, if they're not in the game, in the zone, that they can easily get themselves injured. But this has to come down to just a lack of preparation. Their bodies just haven't been ready. And I don't see any other clubs really struggling with injuries right now. Am I the only one that just feels like something's missing here? I'm not sure what preparation we've been making. We're dropping like flies. Multiple times during the games, we've got players falling down. Ceballos almost needed to come off at one point. Pepe almost injured himself, and Lacazette. I mean, it is shocking. I don't know what's going on there, but obviously we are Injury FC after all. We've got it in our DNA, and nothing's changed on that point. But honestly, I wish Leno all the best. It looked awful. Now, the one thing I want to talk about this incident, Morpie, the guy who challenged Leno in the air, the Brighton striker, who, by the way, is actually a bit of a Twitch streamer these days, isn't he? I know he plays a lot of FIFA on stream. Seems like a nice enough guy. You know, he's done videos with EA. You know, I've seen them on YouTube. He's talked about his career and all that good stuff. Is there any blame on Morpie? I don't like to sit on the fence with things like this, but I can't help but feel that people are pretty harsh to blame it on him. There's two sides to it. One is he's well within his right to jump and try and challenge the ball. He's a striker. He's playing for a team that, you know, needs goals, and why not? He jumps for it. And if I was the manager, I'd be expecting my strikers to be going for half chances like that. But then you got the other side where if you look at the replay in slow motion, you can see Leno is in control of the situation. He's got both hands on the ball, and then Neal Maupay's just kind of barged into him. So it's a difficult one to decide on. I feel like, yeah, of course, he didn't need to do it, but he's well within his right to do so. And it is a contact sport. This is something that happens. It happens in sport all the time where unfortunate moments happen. Players get injured. The way that Leno had a go at Maupay as he was being stretchered off, I feel like it's a very heat-in-the-moment feeling for him. He's clearly in a lot of pain, and he's angry at the fact that it's happened. You know, we've just come back after lockdown, and players are just getting injured for months at a time, and it's obviously devastating. But I felt kind of bad for Neal Maupay because there is no ill intent. It doesn't look like he's done this on purpose, and I don't think he would do that. It's just really unfortunate. So whilst I completely agree with the whole notion that he's well within his right to do that, you know, he's a striker, he should be jumping for these kind of chances, I'm also very much of the opinion that it was just unnecessary, And now, once again, we're going to be without one of our best players through no fault of our own. It's just one of those things. But really, we should all be just thinking of Leno and hoping that he gets better, because it's a serious injury. Thankfully, he's not a winger. You know, when you get ACLs, LCLs, any knee injuries, really, you can lose that edge of pace. We've seen it with Walcott. We've seen it with Bellerin, for sure. With a goalkeeper, it probably won't affect him too much in the long run. Whether it's going to affect his ability to leap with power and get to the ball, who knows? You just got to hope that the surgery goes well, if there is surgery, and that the rehab goes as planned, because then we can get him back and hopefully back to his best. Because when Leno is playing well, he is one of the top keepers in the world. I'm not having it any other way, okay? Don't even try and say that that is not right, because it is true. Leno on his day is absolutely fantastic. So I really, really hope it is not as bad as we fear. But the likelihood is, guys, minimum 3 to 6 months, I would say. After studying injuries like this when I was in school and in college, like it doesn't look good. What else to say other than this has just been another typical Arsenal display away from home, another terrible result, and it's just not good enough. It really isn't. The fact that we've managed somehow to take the lead and then just throw it away, and then in the last moment concede a goal that quite literally just deflates the entire club and the fan base like that, it's just not good enough. This is Arsenal Football Club. What is going on? What is going on? It's just depressing. And the players should really, really be disappointed with themselves after that. Shocking. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the stream earlier on. If you came over and said hi, make sure you follow me on Twitch for future watch-alongs. We'll be doing another one on Thursday for the game against Southampton. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And I will see you guys next time. And I need to go and cry myself to sleep.